When it comes to luxury, nothing signals status quite like a watch. But these aren't just timekeepers, they're symbols of heritage, artistry, and exclusivity, crafted by the finest hands and worn by the world's elite. Today, we're stepping inside the world of 12 watchmakers whose creations don't just keep time, they define it. 1. Jaeger LeCoultre. Founded in 1833 in Switzerland's Vallée de Joux, Jaeger LeCoultre is revered as the watchmaker's watchmaker. Their iconic reverso, designed in 1931 for polo players, remains one of the most enduring classics in horology. Its ingenious flip-over case protected the dial during games and has since become a hallmark of elegance, gracing the wrists of icons like Charlie Chaplin and Elton John. But Jaeger LeCoultre is more than heritage. Their Atmos clock, powered by tiny changes in air temperature, and their ultra-complex Mechanica models with up to 19 complications, show off their innovative spirit. Prices start at around $4,300, making it a surprisingly accessible entry point into true haute horlogerie. With more than 1,200 artisans producing about 40,000 watches annually, Jaeger LeCoultre blends history, ingenuity, and understated style, a name respected by collectors worldwide. 2. Jacob & Company. Where Jaeger LeCoultre whispers, Jacob & Company shouts. Founded in 1986 by Jacob Arabo in New York, the brand quickly became the darling of celebrities, athletes, and musicians. Known for bold, often flamboyant designs, Jacob & Company creates watches that look like mechanical theatres on the wrist. The Astronomia, for example, places a rotating miniature galaxy under glass, retailing well above $1 million. Their Bugatti Chiron Tourbillon, with a functioning miniature W16 engine, sells for more than $300,000. Conor McGregor, Jay-Z and 50 Cent are among the many who flaunt Jacob & Company's jewelled creations. Starting at around $5,000 for their Epic X models, Jacob & Company escalates into multi-million-dollar pieces encrusted with diamonds and rubies. With only around 5,000 watches produced annually, each creation feels like a spectacle, unapologetically extravagant and impossible to ignore. 3. Blancpain. Founded in 1735, Blancpain is the world's oldest surviving watchmaking brand. Unlike Jacob & Company, Blancpain has built its reputation on refinement and history. Their 50 Fathoms dive watch, introduced in 1953, set the standard for modern diving timepieces and remains iconic today. Starting at about $13,000, Blancpain's models emphasize elegance and craftsmanship. Their Grande Complication, with over 700 components, took 10 years to develop and sells for several $1 million. Director James Cameron even relied on a custom Blancpain for his Mariana Trench dive. Now part of the Swatch Group, Blancpain maintains its dedication to artisanal production, with each watch crafted by highly skilled specialists. For collectors, owning a Blancpain isn't about flash, it's about connecting with centuries of horological history. 4. Breguet. Abraham Louis Breguet, one of the greatest innovators in watchmaking, founded his company in 1775. Breguet invented the tourbillon, a rotating cage that counteracts gravity's effect on a watch's accuracy. That alone secures the brand's place in horological history. Breguet's clientele has included Napoleon Bonaparte and Marie Antoinette. Her famously commissioned pocket watch, completed decades after her death, remains one of the most valuable watches ever created, with valuations around $30 million. Modern Breguet watches start at about $15,000. Pieces like the Classique line showcase guilloche dials and blued steel hands that have become brand signatures. Today, Breguet balances tradition with innovation, producing around 35,000 watches per year. Each one feels like a bridge between the grandeur of the 18th century and the sophistication of today. 5. Audemars Piguet. Founded in 1875, Audemars Piguet changed luxury watchmaking forever. In 1972, with the Royal Oak. Designed by Gerald Genter, it was the first high-end steel sports watch, and its bold octagonal bezel and exposed screws shocked the industry. What was once controversial is now iconic. Entry-level models start around $20,000, but the brand's limited editions often soar into 6 or 7 figures. The Royal Oak Offshore, worn by athletes like LeBron James, can command millions in customized versions. Collaborations, like their Black Panther watch priced at $170,000, sell out instantly. With about 40,000 watches crafted annually, Audemars Piguet manages to feel both exclusive and contemporary. Their combination of heritage and daring design keeps them at the forefront of high horology. 6. F.P. Journe. Though only founded in 1999, F.P. Journe has quickly become a darling of serious collectors. François-Paul Journe built his brand on originality, with every piece inscribed, "Invented and Made." His watches are produced in tiny numbers, fewer than 1,000 per year. Starting at $26,000 for the Chronomètre Bleu, Journe's creations embody rarity. Models like the Resonance, which synchronizes 2 movements in harmony, fetch millions at auction. The Astronomic Blue, sold for $19 million at a charity auction, solidified the brand's place among giants. Celebrities like Benedict Cumberbatch have been spotted wearing F.P. Journe, but the real appeal is exclusivity. With only about 50 craftsmen producing these intricate works, each one is a statement of individuality. 7. Vacheron, Constantin. Founded in Geneva in 1755, Vacheron Constantin is one of the oldest watchmakers still operating. The brand is known for both heritage and technical brilliance. Their reference, 57,260, unveiled in 2015, holds the record as the most complicated mechanical watch in the world, with 57 complications and a value of around $10 million. Entry-level models start at $33,000, with collections like the Overseas offering sporty refinement, often seen on actors like Ryan Reynolds. Their Traditionnel and Patrimony lines showcase hand-finished dials and tourbillons, frequently reaching 6-figure values. Producing around 25,000 watches annually, Vacheron Constantin keeps exclusivity alive while honouring nearly 270 years of unbroken tradition. For many, it represents the purest form of Swiss horology. 8. A. Lange & Söhne. From Glashütte, Germany, A. Lange & Söhne brings Teutonic precision to the world of luxury watches. Founded in 1845, the company disappeared after World War II, but was revived in 1990, quickly reclaiming its place among the elite. Starting around $77,000, Lange's Saxonia Thin epitomizes minimalist German design. The Lange One, with its asymmetric dial and outsized date, is one of the most recognizable luxury watches in the world. Their grand complication, with nearly 3,000 components, is valued at more than $2 million. Producing only about 5,000 watches a year, each hand-engraved and polished, A. Lange & Söhne has secured its spot as a rival to Switzerland's finest, proof that precision and artistry transcend borders. 9. Patek Philippe. Founded in 1839, Patek Philippe is often considered the most prestigious watch brand in existence. Their slogan, "You never actually own a Patek Philippe, you merely look after it for the next generation," says everything about their emphasis on heritage and legacy. Entry-level models like the Aquanaut begin at around $88,000, but Patek's most extraordinary creations dominate auctions. The Grandmaster Chime sold for $31 million at a 2019 charity auction, making it the most expensive watch ever sold. Celebrities like Tom Holland and Jay-Z wear Patek Philippe, while waiting lists for popular models like the Nautilus stretch for years. Producing about 50,000 watches annually, each with meticulous hand finishing, Patek Philippe remains the ultimate symbol of refinement, wealth, and permanence. 10. Richard Mille. Richard Mille is the enfant terrible of watchmaking. Founded in 1999, it has redefined what luxury watches look like with futuristic materials and avant-garde designs. Their slogan, "A racing machine on the wrist," captures the brand's DNA. Entry-level pieces start at $60,000, but models like the RM5602, carved entirely from sapphire, sell for more than $2 million. Rafael Nadal, Usain Bolt, and Formula One drivers have all worn Richard Mille watches during competition, proving their durability under extreme conditions. Producing only about 5,000 watches annually, Richard Mille has become the watch of choice for those who want performance and spectacle. In just 2 decades, it has secured its place at the pinnacle of modern luxury. 11. Cartier, founded in 1847, is best known as the jeweler of kings. Yet its watches are just as iconic. The Tank, designed in 1917, became a favourite of Jackie Kennedy and Princess Diana. The Santos, created for aviator Alberto Santos Dumont, remains a pioneering pilot's watch. Starting around $10,000, Cartier's pieces escalate into high jewellery creations adorned with diamonds and precious stones, often selling for hundreds of thousands or even millions. Cartier represents the blend of elegance, fashion, and heritage, making it one of the most enduring luxury names. 12. Rolex, founded in 1905, is the most recognized luxury watch brand in the world. Its Submariner, Daytona, and Datejust are household names. Starting around $8,000, Rolex pieces are far more attainable than others on this list, but rare models achieve astronomical prices. Paul Newman's personal Daytona sold for over $17 million. Producing close to 1 million watches annually, Rolex has perfected the balance of accessibility and exclusivity. While some billionaires consider it too common, Rolex remains the ultimate symbol of success for millions around the world. These 12 brands form the summit of luxury watchmaking. From centuries-old names like Blancpain, Breguet, and Patek Philippe to modern disruptors like Richard Mille and F.P. Journe, each offers its own vision of what time should look like on the wrist of the elite. Their watches aren't just about telling time, they're about heritage, innovation, and the art of craftsmanship. Whether you prefer the discreet elegance of Jaeger-LeCoultre or the bold spectacle of Jacob & Company, these brands prove that true luxury is measured not just in price, but in history and artistry. Which one would you choose if money were no object? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through the most expensive luxury watch brands in the world, don't forget to subscribe. We bring you inside the rarest treasures of the luxury world every week. Watch our playlist next for more stories about the world's most coveted mansions, cars, and collectibles.